Future fellow weirdo, you're the black sheep of the flock. Come and take a load off, let's have a little talk. This side of the universe, the wildest place you've been. Welcome to the service at the party pen. Have a good time, laugh and giggle.
Come on in and smile just a little.
We're reading God's unofficial bio today.
The Bible lady's gonna
lead the way. I got the coffee and the smokes, I got the herb and the chair. Got a seat with your name on it, waiting right there. Searching for the mystery, a better mind to find. Leave that stuffy, judgy world way back behind. And the rebels, we're the ones that don't fit in, but there's a holy kind of magic in the middle of the sin.
Yeah, the mystery is deep and the coffee's brewing strong in the most offensive church where we all belong. Have a good time,
laugh and giggle.
Come on in and smile just a little.
We're reading God's unofficial bio today.
The Bible lady's gonna
lead the way. The mystery of God, what a beautiful find.
A better understanding for a
black sheep's mind.
Hey there! Welcome, future Bible Bud, to the most offensive church this side of the universe, the Party Pen. Yeah. Listen, prepare your mind, get your soul right, grab a joint, a smoke, a cup of coffee, and come on this quest through the Old Testament to find all the things. We're going to find all the things because things need to be found, and we are on a quest to find them. So come along with me. We'll have a good time. Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm sure you've heard my name somewhere. I am the Saint of Awesome, your Superstone Sage, Saint Nikki K the Great. The most magnificent Bible sage. Yes, and we are going to find the magic. Yeah, so definitely come along with me. We'll have a great time. Yeah. Okay, so I forgot to put a bookmark where we was yesterday, but I remember the song. So I'm gonna assume this is the How to Boil a Hot Dog channel, right? Is it really getting that boring? See, I was worried about that. I need a co-host. Do you like my new name, though? By the way, the Bible Sage, because I figure, well, I've been calling myself a sage. I get paid to be a sage, so I'm just a sage. But I need a co-host. This is How to Boil a Hot Dog. You can only whack off to the same picture so many times. I understand. And I am in that dilemma where I need a co-host. Uh, Neil, I totally understand what you're saying. But I did pray that somebody new would come today. Like new people would come. I pray somebody new comes and enjoys this and will be my co-host. But you're the first one here, Neil. So you could be my co-host. Do you want to be my co-host, sweets? No, well, I know you're just kidding, but it is definitely very true. Because again, you can only jack off to the same picture so many times before your nut starts rubbing off the face. Listen, I know what's happening. I, I don't know what's happening. Look, I'm sorry for my bad analogy, but listen, you should have heard in prison. Look, I told the one guy, I know you get fucked in the ass by the people. And he was like, I do not. I was like, that's not what I don't mean physically. I mean, verbally fucked in the ass by the people. But he was so offended, he like, I called him gay or something. I don't know. My cellmate, the first cellmate I ever had, she was a baby smasher. But she used to tell me all the time, Buzz, phrasing. Because, Buzz is my prison name. And she'd be like, Buzz, phrasing. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. But apparently, phrasing is how I say things. And I guess I don't say things very appropriately. Actually, most of the phrases I know are inappropriate. Because I made them up myself. Like, what do you call Dill or yeah, what do you call a pickled female deer? Neil, are you still here? What do you call a pickled female deer? I made this joke up. Does anybody know? I'll tell you. It's called a dildo. That was so clever. I made that up all by myself. My dad was like, that's not very tasteful. I was like, that's why I didn't tell it to you at work. Because my dad has a bad habit of putting me on speakerphone. I'm one of those people that you can't put on speakerphone. I'll wait for you to catch up to that. Or that to catch up to you. Oh, my phone's shutting itself off. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so we're going on to chapter 16. This is after they sang that song and Moses had brought them from the Red Sea. And they went into the wilderness of Shur. And they spent 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. Right. This is when they throw the tree into the well and the water becomes sweet again. So, and they journeyed from Elim, and all these terrible ass people came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month. Okay, so this is 1 month and 1 day later after they left Egypt. So this is a month later. Then all these terrible ass people complained against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. And these terrible ass people said, "Oh, that we had died by the Lord in the land of Egypt. When we sat by the pots of meat, we ate bread to the full. You have brought us to the wilderness to kill us with hunger." These people, all they do is fucking complain. We went out of here, but the second they're out of there, they're like, "Oh my God, we want back." These people are fucking terrible. Then the Lord said to Moses,
what I say? "Behold, I will rain bread from the heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain quota every day, that I may test them whether they will walk in my law or not. And it shall be on the 6th day, they shall prepare what they bring in, but it'll be twice as much as they gather daily."
okay, then Moses and Aaron said to all the people, "At evening you shall know that the Lord has brought you out of Egypt. In the morning you will see the glory of the Lord, for he hears your complaints against the Lord. But what are we that you complain against us?" Also, Moses said, "This shall be seen when the Lord gives you meat to eat in the evening, and in the morning bread to the full. For the Lord hears your complaints which you make against him. And what are we? Your complaints are not against us, but against the Lord." Then Moses spoke to Aaron, tell all these terrible ass people, "Come near before the Lord, for he has heard your complaints." Now it came to pass, as Aaron spoke to everybody, that they looked toward the wilderness, and behold, the glory of the Lord appeared in a cloud. And the Lord said to Moses,
What I say? "I have heard the complaints of these terrible ass people. Tell them, at twilight you shall eat meat, and in the morning you shall be filled with bread, and you will know the fuck I is, yo. Seriously, I'm God. right now in God voice. It's me, God, right now in God voice. These people.
What did I say? So it was that quail came up at evening and covered the camp. And in the morning, the dew lay all around the camp. And when the layer of dew lifted, there on the surface of the wilderness was a small brown substance, as fine as frost on the ground. So when these people saw it, they said to one another, "What is it?" Because they did not know what it was. And Moses said, "This is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat. This is the thing which the Lord has commanded. Let every man gather it according to each one's need. 1 omer per person, according to the number of people. Let every man take for those who are in his tent." Then these people did so, and gathered some more and some less. But when they measured it, he who gathered much had nothing left over, and he who gathered little had no lack. Every man had gathered according to each one's need. And Moses said, "Let no one leave any of it till morning." Notwithstanding, they did not heed Moses, but some of them left part of it until morning, and it bred worms and stank. And Moses was angry with them, for they gathered it every morning, every man according to his need. And when the sun became hot, it melted. Damn, it melted. And so it was on the 6th day. They gathered twice as much, 2 omers for each one. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses. Then he had said, "This is what the Lord has said. Tomorrow is a Sabbath, rest, a holy Sabbath to the Lord. Bake what you will bake today, and boil what you will boil, and lay up for yourselves all that remains to be kept till morning." So they laid it all up till morning, as Moses commanded, and it did not stink, nor were there worms in it. Then Moses said, "Eat that today, for today is the Sabbath to the Lord. Today you will find it in the field. 6 days you gather it. But on the seventh, the Sabbath, there will be none." Dun, dun, dun. Now it happened that some of the people went out the 7th day to gather, but they found none. And the Lord said to Moses,
Um, how long do you refuse to keep my commandments and my laws? See, the Lord has given you the Sabbath. Therefore, he gives you 6 days of bread for 2 days. Let every man remain in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the 7th day. So,
so the people rested on the 7th day. And these terrible ass people called its name manna. That was, it was like white coriander seed, and it tastes like wafers made with honey. Then Moses said, This is the thing which the Lord has commanded, a full omer with it to be kept for your generations, that they may see the bread which I fed you in the wilderness, when I brought you out of the land of Egypt. And Moses said to Aaron, take a pot and put an omer of manna in it, and lay it up before the Lord to be kept for a generation. As the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron laid it up before the testimony to be kept. This is before they make God's suitcase chair. That's coming up, where they're going to put this stuff in it. To be kept. And these terrible ass people ate manna 40 years until they came to an inhabited land. They ate manna. So the first 40 years, they ate manna. Not for the second 40 years, because now they're going to start fighting. They're going to start going where the people are. Where's So it took them 40 years to go to an inhabited land. So this was the first 40 years, not the punishment 40 years. Okay. They ate manna until they came to the border of the land of Canaan. Now, an omer is 1/10 of an ephah. Now, I have no idea what that means. Hello, everybody, chat in the chat. How do you enjoy this story so far? Neil, how do you enjoy it? Yeah. Uh, okay. Well, I'm going to roll this cigarette. Neil, are you still here? Who's still here? Say hello. Hello. Making mic check. 1 2 1 2. I'm Nikki K here to rock you. What word rhymes with Bible? I'm sitting here reading the Bible so my hands don't get all idle. I'm mostly just kidding, but do you remember that movie, Idle Hands? Type O Negative song was on that soundtrack. It's a Seth Green movie. Oh, yeah. Justin bought me this heating pad today. $16 on Amazon. Oh, it was the greatest thing he's ever bought me in my life. And I love him so much for it. So, how long is chapter? Oh, yeah, let's do chapter 17. All right. How many minutes are we at? 30 minutes, just about 30 minutes. Okay. Then all these terrible ass people set out on their journey from the wilderness of sin, according to the commandment of the Lord, and encamped in Rephidim. But there was no water for the people to drink. Therefore, the people contended with Moses and said, "Give us water. We are way thirsty, dude." And then Moses said, "Why do you contend with me? Why do you tempt the Lord?" Why does he keep saying that? Like, why do you tempt the Lord? They're complaining at you. But is he telling them right here, like, you could just be talking to God? You could just tell God, "Why are you even bothering me with this shit?" Because that's the one thing I don't understand. Like, I sit here and talk with God and hang out with God all fucking day long. I don't do nothing but hang out with God. And, like, I talk to him. You know, is Moses right here, like, telling the people, why? Why are you? You could just ask him yourself. And the people thirsted there for water. And the people complained against Moses and said, "Why? Why did you take us out of children or Egypt to kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst?" So Moses cried to the Lord, saying, "What am I going to do with these people? They are literally going to kill me. Like, literally going to kill me. Like, do you care about that?" Like, these people do nothing but talk shit. Like, that's it. They love talking shit. And they talk shit about me. And they talk shit about you. All they do is talk shit. Okay. And the Lord said to Moses,
Ow. What happened? I did something. Okay. I did something. Uh, Go on before the people. Take with you some of these terrible ass people. Also, take in your hand your comfort walking stick, with which you struck the river, and go. Behold, I will stand before you there on the rock in Horeb, and you shall strike the rock, and water will come out of it, that the people may drink.
and Moses did so in the sight of the elders. So he called the name of that place Mesa and Meribah, because the contention of these terrible ass people, and because they tempted the Lord, saying, "Is the Lord among us or not?" When did they say that? Now Amalek came and fought with these people and Rephidim. And Moses said to Joshua, choose some men and go out and fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand, my comfort walking stick. So Joshua did as Moses had said to them and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went to the top of the hill. And so it was. When Moses held up his hand, these people prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses, he was like, raise a roof. I'm just kidding. He probably didn't do that. But wouldn't it have been funny if he did? Like, winning, losing. Yeah. Mic drop. Make mic drop. No, I'm just kidding. He definitely didn't do that. Okay. But Moses' hands became heavy. So they took a stone and put it up under him. And he sat on it. And Aaron and Hur supported his hands, one on one side and one on the other. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. So Joshua defeated Amalek and his people with the edge of a sword. Then the Lord said to Moses,
Write this down. Take a little note. That's not what he said. uh, Write this out for memorial in the book and recount it in the hearing of Joshua, that I will utterly blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. So make sure you write about it. I am going to erase them. So write about them. They fought enough to have a small slice of right. Their name needs. They fought so valiantly. Their names need to be written in this book, even though I killed them all.
and Moses built an altar and called its name, The Lord is my banner. For he said, because the Lord has sworn, the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation to generation. What? Okay. He called its name, The Lord is my banner. For he said, because the Lord has sworn, the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation. Is that what God said? He said he was going to blot him out. You wrote about him, but he was going to blot him out. But now he's going to have the generation to generation. See, I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure what's happening. But we can go on to chapter 18. All right, this is the last half of joint. Okay. That's better. Okay. So here they go, calling Moses' father-in-law Jethro again, when his first name was Reuel, and he's the priest of Midian. But in the beginning, his name was Reuel, but now it's Jethro. That's the one thing that bothers me about Exodus. It's like, was Moses' father-in-law Secret Service or something? Like ancient Secret Service. Why does he have so many names? Because this is not the only name he has in this book. Moses' father-in-law. And I know Moses has a couple wives. I do know that, and I do know that those wives also come with father-in-laws. But the whole priest of Midian thing, his name in the beginning of this book was Reuel, but now it's Jethro. And that bothers me, in case anybody gave a shit about what bothers me. So anyways, Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for these people, that the Lord had brought them out of Egypt. Then Jethro, the father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back with her two sons, of whom he named Gershom and Eliezer. Wait, okay, hold on. He took Moses' wife and her two sons and delivered took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back with her two sons, of whom the name of one was Gershom, because he was like, I'm a stranger in a foreign land, and the other was Eliezer, because the God of my father was my help. Uh, and Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife and was like, here you go. I heard all the good that's happening to you, so you can have your wife back now. I need my own space. Right? Like I need my own space. So he brought them where he was encamped at the mountain of God. And the mountain of God was called Horeb, is the mountain of God, Horeb. Father-in-law came in the wilderness where he was encamped at the mountain of God. Now he said to Moses, I am your father-in-law, Jethro, coming to you with your wife and her two sons with her, because you need to take your kids back. Because your kids need to be taken back, and your wife. I need my own time too. and God's doing good for you, so you can take care of them. So Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, did the face thing, and kissed him. And then they asked each other their niceties. And they went into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law what the Lord had done to Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake. And for Israel's sake, all the hardship that had come upon them on the way, and how the Lord had delivered them. Then Jethro rejoiced for all the good which the Lord had done for Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, "Blessed be the Lord who delivered y'all from Pharaoh." That is some badass shit. Now, I know that the Lord is greater than all the gods, for and the very thing in which they behaved proudly, he was above them. Then Jethro's father-in-law took a burnt offering and other sacrifices to offer to God, and Aaron came with all the elders to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. Okay. And so it was on the next day that Moses sat to judge the people and stood before Moses from morning to evening. So when Moses' father-in-law saw all he did for the people, he said, "What the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this by yourself all day? Nah. I came here to hang out with you, and I've been standing here all day waiting. What are you doing? There's TV shows on right now we could be watching. I think there might even be a football game. What are you doing? Like, seriously, dude, what are you doing? Like, I don't know what you're doing, but this is, I don't want to say bananas, like Bananas. However the fuck you spell Bananas. B bananas. B bananas. I don't know how to fucking spell Bananas. Banan Nas Bananas. I don't know, but it's fucking bananas, Moses. What are you thinking? And Moses said to his father-in-law, "Because the people come to me to inquire of God. When they have difficulty, they come to me, and I judge between one and another, and I make known the statutes of God and his laws." So this is why Moses alone does this, because he's like, this is why, and Moses knows God better than anybody because he speaks trumpet. Moses and God speak trumpet. Brr, brr, brr. I wish I knew how to speak trumpet. I would ask God questions all day long. Like, do you think there's aliens? Are they gonna kill us? Like, I don't know if there's aliens, but if there was, China would probably try to eat them. Korea would try to eat them. Gross. That's all I can say. But anyway, this shit is bananas. So Moses' father-in-law said to him that this shit is not good. Look, this thing you do is not good. Both you and these people who are with you will surely wear yourselves out, for this thing is too much. You are not able to perform it by yourself. Listen now to my voice, and I will give you counsel, and God will be with you. And stand before God for the people, so you may bring the difficulties to God, and you shall teach them the statutes and the laws, and show them the way which they must go. So then they must walk. Hold on. Teach them and the laws, and show them the ways which they must walk, the work they must do. Moreover, you shall select from all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands and rulers of hundreds and fifties and tens, and let them judge the people at all times. Then it will be that every great matter they will bring to you, but every small matter they themselves can judge. So it will be easier for you, for they will bear the burden with you. If um, okay. And then you will be able to endure, and all these people will also go to their place in peace. So Moses heeded the voice of his father in law and did what he said. And then Moses chose able men and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, hundreds, fifties, tens. So they judged the people at all times. The hard cases they brought to Moses, but they judged every small case themselves. Then Moses let his father in law depart, and he went his way to his own land. Wow. I think for him only being there a short amount of time, for him to come up with that plan that fast, I don't know. Just why didn't anybody else think of that? Huh. Honey? Okay. Love you. Okay. So. Okay, 19. And the third month after these people had gone out of the land of Egypt, on the same day they came to the wilderness of Sinai. They departed from Rephidim and had come to the wilderness of Sinai and camped before the mountain. Moses went up to God. Hold on. So Moses went up to God, and the Lord called to him from the mountain, saying, here we go. So now they're at Mount Sinai. So remember, Horeb is the mountain of God. Now, Sinai, I'm not sure what that is, but it does become important. I don't know. I don't remember. But they're in the wilderness of Sinai. Let's see. And Moses went up to God, and the Lord called to him from the mountain, saying,
what did I say? Oh, tell these people, you have seen what I did to the Egyptians and how I bore you on eagle's wings. 'Cause America, fuck yeah. That's future shit. Don't worry about it. Anyway, I bore you on eagle's wings. And brought you to myself. Now, therefore, if you heed, indeed, obey my voice and keep my covenant, then you shall be a special treasure to me above all people. For all the earth is mine, and you shall be to me a kingdom of priests, a holy nation. These are the words which you shall tell these people.
so, so Moses came and called for the people and laid before them all the words which the Lord commanded him. Then all the people said, okay. So Moses brought back the words of the people to the Lord. And the Lord said to Moses,
Behold, I come to you in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you, and believe you forever. Wait, wait, wait. And the Lord said, Behold, I come to you in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you and believe you forever.
So, Moses told the words of the people to the Lord.
Uh, Listen, go to the people, give them a bath today and tomorrow. Let them wash their clothes. Let them be ready for the third day. For the third day, the Lord will come down upon Mount Sinai in the sight of all the people. You shall set bounds, the people all around, saying, Take heed to yourselves that you do not go on the mountain or touch its base. Whoever touches the mountain shall surely be put to death. Not a hand shall touch him, but he will be stoned or shot. Whether man or beast, he shall not live. When the trumpet sounds long, they shall come near the mountain.
So, Moses went down from the mountain to the people and gave them all a bath and washed their clothes. And he said to the people, Be ready for the third day. Do not come near your wives. Then it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunderings and lightning and a thick cloud on the mountain, and the sound of the trumpet was very loud. So all the people who were in the camp trembled, and Moses brought the people out of the camp to meet God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain. Now, Mount Sinai was completely in smoke because the Lord descended upon it in fire, and its smoke descended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked greatly. And when the blast of the trumpet sounded long and became louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him by voice. Then the Lord come down upon Mount Sinai and the top of the mountain. And the Lord called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. And the Lord said to Moses, Go down and warn the people lest they break through to gaze at the Lord, and many of them perish. Also, let the priests who come near the Lord take a bath, lest the Lord break out against them. But Moses said to the Lord, The people cannot come up to Mount Sinai, for you warned us, saying, Yeah. Then the Lord said to him,
Away! Get down! And then come up, you and Aaron with you. But do not let the priests and the people break through to come up to the Lord, lest he break out against them. So Moses went down to,
So Moses went down. So Moses went down to the people and spoke to them. So, what do we want to do? Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? You can chat in the chat if you want to. I'm debating on going to chapter 20 or not. Not exactly sure. But what do you think? Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe because it would be totally flawed. So what are we gonna do? I guess we could pull a joint. Why don't we do that? Pull a joint and read chapter 20. Okay. So then God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord your God, who brought you out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make for yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven, of like in heaven above or earth beneath. You shall not bow down to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generations of those who hate me, but showing mercy to thousands, to those who love me and keep my commandments. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless. That's lying on God, by the way, not asking God to damn something. Like, God damn it, that's not taking the Lord's name in vain. Taking the Lord's name in vain is lying on him. Like, I swear to God, I didn't do that. When you know good goddamn well that you did do that. That's taking the Lord's name in vain. I swear to God, when clearly you're lying. But whatever. Believe what you want. Oh my God, it's a cuss word. No, it's lying on God. Because how vain do you have to be to lie on God? Okay. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you labor and work, but the seventh is a Sabbath of the Lord your God. But in that day you shall do no work, you, your son, your daughter, nor your male or female slaves, nothing. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and everything that's in it. The sea and them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore, the Lord blessed the seventh day, the Sabbath day, and hallowed it. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. You shall not murder, shall not commit adultery, shall not steal, shall not bear false witness, shall not covet your neighbor's house. Do not covet your neighbor's wife. Now, all the people witnessed the thundering and the lightning, the flashing, the sound of the trumpet, and the mountains smoking. And when the people saw it, they trembled and stood afar off. Then they said to Moses, you speak with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. His trumpet is too happy. God speaks way too happy for these people. They're like, fuck no. I don't know. I think that shit's kind of meddling. Awesome. You know, that's happy to me. But I mean, what do you think? Like, these people are like, we don't want to talk to God. But God hasn't. Like, the only thing, like, do they not want to talk to him because of the trumpet? Like, why don't they want to talk to God if he's talking in a voice, right? But all they can hear and see is everything else going on around them. So they can't pay attention to God's voice because there's too much stuff. Kind of like now. Nobody can pay attention to God's voice because there's too much stuff. And Moses was like, do not fear, for God has come to test you, that his fear may be before you, so that you may not sin. So the people stood afar off, but Moses drew near the thick darkness where God was. Then the Lord said to Moses, thus tell, oh, my bad.
What'd I say? Tell these people you have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make anything to be with me. Gods of silver, gods of gold. You shall not make for yourselves an altar of earth. You shall make for me, and you shall sacrifice on it your burnt offering, your peace offerings, your sheep, your oxen. Every place where I record my name, I will come to you, and I will bless you. And if you make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it on hewn stone. For if you use your tool on it, you have profaned it. Nor shall you go up by steps to my altar, that your nakedness may not be exposed on it. So I don't want to be looking up your dress when you're coming to my church. Yeah, no wheelchair ramps. Just a straight shot right at the door. I don't want no steps. I don't want to see your pecker. Take that. Okay, let me go.
Let me go make a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Okay. So, chapter 21. Okay. Chapter 21. Okay. So, here we go with some judgments and some rules. Now, Jesus in the New Testament talks about rules being made up by something called the patriarchy. Like, they only talk about two specific rules. But I don't believe it was two specific rules. I think they made up all these punishments and all these laws. Maybe, no. It was for control and obedience and setting up things a certain way, like a structure, giving shit structure. I get it. But some of these laws and some of these rules and some of these punishments are just ridiculous. And you can tell that they're ridiculous. And as we read it, I'm definitely going to be like, this is over some jealousy. This is over this. This is over that. These are not God rules. God gave you his rules. There's 10 of them. Okay. Now, chapter 21. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I had to check that out. Sorry. Okay. Now, these are the judgments which you shall set before them. Oh, yeah, God's supposed to be saying this stuff. Okay.
Oops. Now, these are the judgments which you shall set before them. Okay. If you buy a Hebrew servant, he shall serve 6 years, and in the seventh he shall go out free and pay nothing. If he comes in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he comes in married, then his wife will go out with him. If his master has given him a wife, and she has borne him children, the wife and the children shall be her master's, and he shall go by himself. Why is this a God rule? This is not a God rule. Okay. But the servant plainly says, I love my master, my wife, and my children. I will not go free. Then he bring him to the judges, to the door, and give him an ear piercing, and he shall serve him forever. See, why is this a God thing? This is not a God thing. This is a guy who wants to keep us slaves. This is not a God thing. Why would God want that? God wouldn't want this. This isn't even a. Who would even do that? Nobody. Man. Men would do that because they want to keep their slaves because they're Democrats. If a man sells his daughter to be a slave, she shall not go out as male slaves do. If she does not please her master, who has betrothed her to himself, then he shall let her be redeemed. He shall have no right to sell her to a foreign people, since he dealt deceitfully with her. And if he has betrothed another to his son, hold on, because again, this is not a God thing. This is not a God thing. This is not a God thing. Okay. And if a man sells his daughter to be a female slave, okay, she shall not go out as male slaves do. If she does not please her master, who has betrothed her to himself, then he shall let her be redeemed. He shall have no right to sell her to a foreign people, since he has dealt deceitfully with her. And if he has betrothed her to his son, he shall deal with her according to the custom of daughters. If he takes another wife, he shall not diminish her food, her clothing, or her marriage rights. And if he does not do these three for her, then she shall go free without paying money. There's somebody sticking up for his daughter. He who strikes a man so he shall die will surely be put to death. However, if he did not lie in wait, but God delivered him to his hand, then I will point for you a place where he may flee. Why is this a God rule? This is not a God rule. Thou shalt not murder. clearly know you could tell a murder from an accident. You can make an accident a murder, I suppose, but this is it's crazy. But if a man acts with premeditation to kill by treachery, you shall take him from my altar that he may die. And he who strikes his father or mother shall surely be put to death. Because clearly there's no reason for that. And again, that's somebody protecting themselves. What is happening? These are not God rules. He who kidnaps a man and sells him, or if he is found in his hand, shall surely be put to death. They must have not have heard what happened to Joseph. That turned out cool. Uh, um, he who kidnaps a man and sells him, or if he is found in his hand, shall surely be put to death. He who curses his father or his mother will be put to death. Dun, dun, dun. Why are these God rules? If men contend with each other, and one strikes the other with a stone or his fist, and he does not die, but is confined to his bed, if he rises again and walks about with his staff, then he who struck him shall be acquitted. He only needs to pay restitution. If a man beats his male or female slave with a rod so that he dies, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he remains alive a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his property. Okay. If men fight and hurt a woman with child, so that she gives premature birth, yet no harm follows, he shall surely be punished according to the woman's husband. He shall also pay restitution. But if any harm follows, then he shall give life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burn for burn, wound for wound. The punishment must fit the crime. Yeah, punishing crimes. Things are happening. Yeah, I don't know. Hi, everybody. So anyways, punishment fits the crime. Uh, if a man strikes the eye of his male or female slave and destroys it, he shall let him go free for the sake of his eye. If he knocks out the tooth, he shall let him go free for the sake of his tooth. Don't abuse your slaves. See, the Bible isn't mean to slaves. I mean, it does call them property and whatnot, and you do pay for them, but you can't mistreat them. See, people lie on the Bible when it comes to that. Like, you're supposed to treat your slaves nice, even though you see them as property and you did pay for them, but you keep them and treat them nice, especially the female ones. Like, you got to be, it's very particular. Uh, oh, God, here we go. Here we go. This is, how is this a God? How are these God rules? I don't know. I don't know, but we're going to keep going because how are these God rules? I don't even know. Uh, if an ox gores a man or woman to death, then that ox shall surely be stoned, and its flesh shall not be eaten. But the owner of the ox shall be acquitted. But if the ox tended to thrust with its horn in times past, and has been made known to his owner, and he has not kept it confined, so that it has killed a man or woman, the ox shall be stoned, uh, and its owner shall be put to death. Dun, dun, dun. If there is imposed on him a sum of money, so some restitution, whether it has gored a son or daughter, according to this judgment, it shall be done to him. If the ox gores a male or female servant, he shall give their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. How are these God rules? If a man opens a pit or digs a pit and does not cover it, and an ox or donkey falls in it, the owner of the pit shall make it good. He shall give money to their owner. Uh, but the dead animal shall be his. Dinner time! If one man's ox hurts another man's ox, then they shall seize the live ox and they will sell the live ox and split the money. And the dead ox, they also divide. For it was known that or if it was known that the ox did this a lot and its owner has not kept it confined, he shall surely pay ox for ox, and the dead animal shall be his own. How are these God rules? Like, seriously.
How are these God rules? I don't know. Okay. Just checking that out real quick. Ow. Didn't that hurt? That did hurt. You know, but okay. How are these God rules? And yes, we do have to read all this so you can know what I'm talking about when I say some of the shit is just made up. And Jesus even tells us some of the shit is made up. They just make it up. This is a bunch of dudes getting together and just yelling things out loud and just writing them down. And these are the rules for your culture. Like, isn't that how the Constitution was written? A bunch of dudes in a room screaming shit at each other and writing it all down. I think that's how these rules were made. Bunch of dudes sitting in a room screaming and yelling things out and writing it down. Personal experiences. They're just thinking of shit. Oh my God. Here we go. Okay. Man. I don't know. I I wish somebody else was here. Tell me what they think. Nobody's here when I need, like, when I have, like, good subject to talk about. Nobody ever shows up when shit's good. But everybody will show up when shit's bad. Yeah, for sure. I've had so many bad streams because I make them bad because I need a co-host. Like days like this, times like right now. Like I wish I had a co-host. Like if I get a co-host, I'll go back and read Exodus because it is a great book to talk about. And I would do it with my mom, but my mom will not even talk about these not being God rules. Okay, and they're clearly not God rules. God just wants to be paid attention to. And this is just more stuff getting in the way. Just more shit getting in the way of your communication with God. Just more stuff in the way. And it's crazy. And I do wish someone was here to talk with me about some of these rules that clearly God did not say. Like these are not God rules at all. And I wish somebody was here to talk to me about this stuff. You know, uh, hold on one second. Let me do something here. I could do this. No. Well, let's go ahead and do chapter 22. What time is it? 12:11 p.m. 12:11 a.m. Okay, let's channel some God, shall we?
If a man steals an ox or a sheep and slaughters it or sells it, he shall restore 5 ox. Restore 5 oxen. If a man steals an ox or a sheep and slaughters it or sells it, he shall restore 5 oxen for 1 ox and 4 sheep for 1 sheep. If the thief is found breaking in and he is struck that he dies, then there shall be no guilt for his bloodshed. If the sun has risen on him, there shall be guilt for his bloodshed. He should not make full restitution. If he has nothing, then he shall be sold for his theft. If the theft is certainly found alive in his hand, whether it's an ox, donkey, or sheep, he shall restore double. Okay, that's poor man shit right there. That's how poor people get stuck in debt. They do one thing and then bam, you got to restore 5 times that. It's like, really, come on. If a man causes a field or a vineyard to be grazed and lets loose his animal, and it feeds on another man's field, he shall make restitution from the rest of his own field and the best of his own vineyard. If fire breaks out and catches in thorns, so that stacked grain or standing grain or the field is consumed, he who kindled the fire shall surely make restitution. In Oregon, you're not allowed to throw your cigarettes out of the window. I had such a hard time smoking with the windows up. Yeah, it was real hard. I didn't smoke a lot in Oregon because I wanted to drive. If a man delivers to his neighbor money or articles to keep, and it's stolen out of the man's house, if the thief is found, he shall pay double. If the thief is not found, then the master of the house shall be brought to the judges to see whether he has put his hand into his neighbor's goods. For any kind of trespass, whether it concerns an ox, a donkey, sheep, clothes, any kind of thing, which another claims to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges, and whomever the judges condemn shall pay double to his neighbor. If a man delivers to his neighbor a donkey, an ox, a sheep, or any animal to keep, and it dies, is hurt, or driven away, no one seeing it, then an oath of the Lord shall be between them both, that he did not put his hand into his neighbor's goods, and the owner of it shall accept that and not make it good. But in fact, if it is stolen from him, then he'll make restitution. If it is torn to pieces, then he shall bring it as evidence and shall not make good what is torn. Oh my God. Oh, there's so much. So much. If a man borrows anything from his neighbor and it becomes injured or dies, the owner of it not being with it, he shall surely make it good. If the owner was with it, he shall not make it good. If it was a hired, it came for its hire. But if a man entices a virgin who is not betrothed and lies with her, he shall surely pay the bride price for her to be his wife. If her father utterly refuses, he shall pay money according to the bride price of virgins. You shall not permit a sorcerer to live. Here we go. Here we go. Do not permit a sorceress to live. But it's only a girl, sorceress. Whoever lies with an animal shall surely be put to death. They saw something. He who sacrifices to any god except the Lord, he will be utterly destroyed. You shall neither mistreat a stranger nor oppress him, for you were strangers in Egypt. You shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If you afflict them in any way, and they cry at all to me, I will surely hear their cry, and my wrath will become hot, and I will kill you with the sword. Your wives will be widows, and your children fatherless. If you lend money to any of my people who are poor among you, you shall not be like a moneylender. You shall not charge him interest. If you ever take your neighbor's garment as a pledge, you shall return it to him before the sun goes down. For that is his only covering. It is his garment for his skin. What will he sleep in? And it will be that when he cries to me, I will hear, for I am gracious. You shall not revile God, nor curse the ruler of your people. You shall not delay to offer the first of your ripe produce and your juices. The firstborn of your sons you shall give to me. Likeness you shall do with all your animals. It shall be with its mother 7 days, and on the 8th day you give it to me. And you shall be holy men to me. You shall not eat meat torn by beasts in the field. You shall throw it to the dogs. Ugh. Okay. I'm not reading no more of them rules. Okay. So, I want to thank y'all for watching. I want to tell y'all it's time to give the pillow some head and the sheets some ass and have the sweetest dreams ever.
The Bible lady reserves for the Lord. Oh, grass, smoke grass, and rest with the crowd. The Bible lady's here. Light up the house for the wicked have seen their last as we all inhale life's good smoke. As we all learn from the pasture. Bring it, sing! Bring it, sing!
All right. Good night.